Hey guys, I'm Hop. You're watching TFBTV. I'm out at the range today with the brand new Taurus G3XL. This is a new version of the G3 pistol that combines a full-length slide and barrel with the compact grip frame. It's pretty much the opposite of the G3X, which they just announced at SHOT Show, which has the compact slide and barrel and the full-size grip frame. The big improvement of the G3X and the G3XL, I'll just call them the X series for lack of a better term, is that they've finally omitted the vestigial manual safety lever. The triggers on these guns have a safety blade, so in my mind there has not been a reason to have the manual safety lever for, I don't know, 3 or 4 generations of pistol now. So I would greatly prefer to carry a G3C with no manual safety lever. That's not a configuration that's offered just yet, and neither is the TORO version of the G3X or the G3XL. Although you have to assume that they are going to come out. Every single version of the G3, I think, has had a TORO variation at this point. Between the G3X and the G3XL, I think that the G3X will be more popular in the long term, although this has always been the format that interests me the most, because you get the extra sighting radius and velocity out of the barrel from a long barrel, and you get the compact grip frame. For my money, the hardest part of a pistol to conceal is length in the grip. The slide, at least down to a certain point, really doesn't make too much of a difference. However, maybe it doesn't necessarily make sense because a lot of pistols now are optics equipped. If you're using a red dot, then the sighting radius no longer really applies. Also, that little extra bit of velocity you get from a longer barrel, perhaps not all that important, particularly not if you're using a modern loading, most of which are developed for extremely short barrels in the first place. Yep. It sure is a Taurus G3, all right. Really not a whole lot to say about this pistol. It's basically a design they've been making for a very long time. So we have effectively a G3C grip frame. However, the manual safety's been removed, and we have what I believe is literally just a G3 slide. Although, of course, the engraving's different, and there's no indicator for the manual safety, because there doesn't need to be. I don't know what else to say. I've been shooting and reviewing these things for a long time now. I've shot basically every version of it except that G3X. They still have that same kind of interesting trigger. It is a single action, double action. The double action pull is nothing you'll ever experience in normal firing because it would only be used for a restrike on a dud primer, something that doesn't really happen all that much with quality ammunition. Hey guys, Editor Hop here. Stay tuned to watch that statement bite me in the ass by the end of the video. So the single action pull suffers a little bit because it's still a double action trigger at heart. It's just a double action you don't actually get to enjoy. So it's a pretty solid trigger. Crisp, clean, light break. However, it does break really far back in the trigger guard, and it has quite a lot of take up. Reset is audible, tactile, and fairly short. The vestigial nature of these pistol designs is kind of fascinating. The G3's had so many variations and revisions that it's sort of like the ship of Theseus. Almost everything has been replaced, and the only thing that's still tying this back to the original Millennium Pro series is that double action, single action trigger. You may ask the question, why has Taurus not just scaled up the GX4 into the G4 series yet? I don't know, man. Give it some time. They might eventually. I'm not really sure that they can actually upgrade the trigger without completely redoing it. And at that point, yeah, we might just see a G4 that completely duplicates the GX4 in a larger package. But there might not really be a whole lot of reason to. GX4 TORO is the gun I'm currently carrying. You can see just how much smaller a micro compact double stack is than a subcompact. There's still quite a lot to like about the G3 pistols. I mean, they're more of a mid-size, not a micro-compact, and it's not too hard to carry a mid-size like this, and certainly the shootability, capacity, all that stuff is pretty solid, although this is a 12-round subcompact, and this is an 11-round micro-compact, so obviously things have changed. These guns are really pushing the envelope, and these guns are comfortable. I think I just had, astonishingly enough, I think I just had the bad primer that I said doesn't ever actually happen anymore. So let's give that one another try. See if a second strike will set it off or if it's true dud. Nope. that's probably a pretty good example of why double strike is a little bit overrated, over-exaggerated. This thing's been very thoroughly struck at this point. This is just a dud. Double strike's not going to save us. Immediate remedial action will save your life. The dirty secret of the G3 pistols is that all the parts on them are pretty much completely interchangeable. So before this pistol was available, I had in my possession a G3C and a G3 TORO. And I wanted to put the long optics ready slide onto the compact grip frame. So I did. I shot it for a little bit. It seemed perfectly safe. And I think with the release of this pistol, Taurus is confirming that that is in fact safe. I looked over the changes to the slide and the frame. Virtually non-existent outside of dropping that manual safety. So if you really, really want one of these optics ready and you're willing to just spend a weird amount of money, you could buy this or the G3X, and then you could buy the appropriate TORO slide and just slap it on there. Or you can wait for the official TORO version to come out so you're not buying duplicate slides. Just done a little bit of in-field modification, and I've created the G3XC that I really want. I slapped my G3C slide onto the G3XL frame, and now we have a no manual safety version of the G3C, albeit not optics ready, unfortunately. Did I seriously just have another dud primer? All right, yet again, we have a hard primer or a dud primer. Let's see which one it is. Hard primer, okay. So this European ammo, I think it's Serbian or Czech or something like that. It's STV. It's doing a great job of proving me wrong about double strike. So would I buy the G3X or the G3XL? Nope, honestly, I would just wait for the TORO version to come out, because you know it's going to. I would much rather carry a gun with a red dot these days. That's just sort of the way things are moving. And honestly, now that I'm more into shooting with red dots, I don't really see the need of the long slide anymore. This does have a very soft, interesting, kind of slowed down recoil impulse compared to the traditional compact. Other than that, there's really not that many remaining advantages here. All it is a couple feet per second and a longer sighting radius of some sights you're going to immediately block with a red dot sight. So when the inevitable G3X TORO comes out, I think that'll actually be a pretty good pistol. The G3XL TORO will be interesting if you like this configuration, although, you know, it's been tried before and it never seems to take off. The one that I want, honestly, is a G3XC TORO. Give me the compact, no manual safety grip frame and the short optics cut slide. And I can probably make one of those because I can go get a G3C TORO slide and I can slap it on top of this no manual safety compact frame. So maybe I'll do that. I'm not really sure. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Kind of an odd video, but, you know, I've reviewed just so damn many of these Taurus G3s. They're very much a known quantity to me at this point. They shoot great. They're reliable. I like the feature set on them. I'm just waiting for that perfect version of it to come out, and Taurus keeps dancing around it instead of actually giving it to me. So, thanks for watching. TFBTV is supported by our sponsors, Ventura Munitions and Top Gun Supply. Please check them out. We'd really appreciate it, and so would they. You can also support us directly via Subscribestar and Patreon. Links to both of those in the video description. See you next time.